We just got ourselves a massive console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager, featuring some mods that people have been asking for since day one of the console mod manager. This comes with the custom companions light mod, which is one of the most requested. This allows you to create fully customizable companions. So if you want a party of 4 that just has characters that look like you and your friends, you can now do that with this mod here. This one is massive for a number of reasons, specifically role-playing reasons, because some people just want to play through and have their own story be told. So I'll cover all of these mods in this video, but this also features some of my favorite subclass and class mods, like the Spell Sword class, which comes with a bunch of unique abilities. I've covered this previously in a few different build guides, but this does have a bunch of effects, like you can imbue your attacks with cantrips. So you can see there, you put a firebolt on your weapon and then attack with it. There's a whole bunch of other things with this class mod that I can't wait to show off here. We also got ourselves the Sorcerer Knight, which comes with a bunch of unique abilities as well. So you can see here, it's got some cool things like the Soul Burn. You got Second Wind. It kind of gives you a fighter and a sorcerer combined into one. And I'll be posting a build guide later today for this subclass, so you can stay tuned for that. I'm a big fan of sorcerers, especially ones that are hybrids. And we also got ourselves the Classes Combined mod. This one is really cool. It basically gives you 3 different options, but you get every single thing from every single class and subclass. It's actually pretty wild. You get to choose if you want to be a wisdom, charisma, or intelligence-based caster, but you get all types of spells, you get all abilities. I'll be breaking this one down a little bit later in this video. Also, we got ourselves a Twilight Cleric domain. We already had a Twilight Domain Cleric build or mod in consoles, so this one is very similar to the other. It comes with like your Fairy Fire Sleep, Moonbeam, Sea Invisibility, Aura of Vitality, the Adri's Tiny Hut, Aura of Life, Greater Invisibility, Circle of Power, and Seeming. This one is slightly different from the other one, so it might be worth checking out if you're a fan of the Twilight Domain Cleric. We also got ourselves the Ring of Summon More. This is a crazy mod that allows you to summon over 300 different characters. It's wild. With this mod, you get the legendary Hermit Crab, which has a lot of things inside of it. So it's a item here, and then you'll see you get all these different ones. So you can choose monsters, find familiars, ranger companions, planar allies, friends, companions, and allies. So you can see there's a lot that goes on here. You can summon in the Apostle of Mercule if you wanted to, for example. It does require a large amount of space, so just be mindful of that. There's a lot of cool things that come on with this mod. So there we go. We got the Apostle of Mercule summoned in all of its glory. Now this comes with a bunch of different attacks too, and you can actually move around at it. So I think that this is a great mod for a lot of people that are looking for something new. It's actually hilarious what you can do with this. Yeah, it's literally endless what you can summon in. You can summon a Spectator, Carnus, the Toll Collector. Yes, they were monsters. So yeah, the Queen Vambrance there. You got a lot of stuff going on with this mod. Flesh Golem, Urgear, even the Mystic Carrion. So it has a lot to it. I could go on all day about this. You got Pixies, Owlbear Cubs, Pigs, Boo, Glutton, Conjured Imp, Quasit, the Ranger Companions, and then you got like Badger, Saber-Tooth Tiger. You even got a Panther Summon, which I think is great for a Drizzt playthrough. So incredible. That actually works out perfectly. And also then you got like your allies. So you can summon a Myconid, the Emperor, a Mind Flayer, an ally. So I'll show you this one here. Yeah, it's a one of the fish folks there. And on top of all this, there's other things like Answer and the Red Dragon, Avatar Tyranny, the Woodwode, Dryads, and much more. Yeah, all companions, like pretty crazy. Kithrak Voss, Isabel, Zarel, Kaga, Zevlor, Oathbreaker Knight. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot on this. So yeah, if you wanted to play as the Oathbreaker Knight, now you can summon him in and just pretend that this is you. He comes with all the different smites, and he's a paladin, so he's got that additional radiant damage on his attacks. This is a really cool mod. I could go on and on about this, but I don't want to waste too much time on it, because yeah, there's 300 different ones. You got all different types of friends and foes. Yeah, Volo can even be summoned in. Auntie Ethel, Char can even be summoned in, so I'll bring in the Lady Darkness herself. Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot to be done with this mod. Char only has 7 health, by the way, and she can only do a 1 damage punch, but it's about sending a message. So yeah, this mod itself is the Ring of Summon More. Highly recommend this one. Great for a variety of different players, and now available on console, which is amazing. Now, next we got ourselves less exciting, but still very exciting, the Homebrew Spells. So this mod, Celeste 4223, actually I would say this is still very, very exciting. So with the Homebrew Spells, This adds a bunch of new cantrips, a bunch of new spells. So you got like Burn, Decaying Touch, Electric Arc, Fist of Fire, Frost, Force Bolt, Freeze, Ice Weapon, Impact, Rock Slam, Shadow Lash, Sonic Blast, Thunder Note, Water Bullet, Arctic Breath, level 1 spell, Blade Mirage, Crashing Wave, Entomb, Gale Bolt, Lightning Tendril, Thunder Punch, Water Blast. And then you got spells like Cold Snap, Cackle, Fling, Lightning Charge, and level 3 ones like Aether Lance, Electrocute, Flash Freeze, Fire Cyclone, Vortex Bolt. And then level 5 spells, Devouring Darkness, Sky Burst. So yeah, this one adds a ton of new spells to the game. This goes great alongside Mistress spells for people that want to add more spells and have a bit of replayability. I mean, there's near endless replayability, but yeah, this is awesome. Between these two mods, this adds so much new content. Mind-boggling. Now, we also got ourselves the Nightmare difficulty. There's been a lot of people, I've actually covered this in previous videos. I'm excited to see this come to console. What this does, take your Baldur's Gate 3 experience to the next level. This mod redefines the enemy's AI so they act a little bit more wisely, crafting encounters that are not just harder, but smarter, more dynamic, and deeply rewarding. Enhanced enemy AI, enemies will now think tactically, prioritizing the high-value targets, coordinating attacks, and adapting to your strategies. Smarter archetypes, there's melee fighters, aggressive and relentless, will strike a balance between calculated risks and brute force. Range units will target the high-value targets and prioritize the high ground to avoid close quarters combat. And spellcasters. I've used this mod, and I've noticed that the enemies just are harder to fight. They act a little bit differently, but it's always to my disadvantage. So different archetype behavior, improved target selection, dynamic positioning, and balanced aggression. I actually found they aren't as aggressive because I find that they're setting themselves up to completely screw you over even worse. So very well done. So a simple plug and play download. You download this, install it. This mod made by the Real Zier. It's great. Looking for more difficulty options outside of Tactician Enhance? This is for you now on console. We also got ourselves, this is an awesome mod, Camp Approval. This makes it so that every time that you do any dialogue, every character will react to it and either approve or disapprove, even if they're at camp. So again, anytime that you go, let's say you pet Scratch, everyone that's there is going to approve, but also everyone at camp. So this just makes it so everybody is now included in approvals. And speaking of approvals, we got ourselves another version of the OIO Lite, Overexplain Interactions Options Lite. So this is for approvals and arrows dialogue. So basically, this just shows you the positive approvals. There's also mods that'll make it so that everyone just always positively approves. So it removes some of the other options from the other ones. So if you don't want to see difficulty numbers or dark urge specific or romance options, this removes it all. I personally prefer the other mod. So if you have the other one installed, you're probably fine just to keep that, just to keep the mod load order below the hundreds number. So yeah, this mod was made by Christmas214. Awesome mod. Now, we also got ourselves the Soaring Ambition Ascended Fiend Wings. This mod made by Nikjima. They've actually made a lot of different mods related to the Tieflings, Devils, and Raphael. This just gives you the wings here that you can actually dye because they're counted as gear. So now we got dyeable wings. This is huge for a lot of people that wanted to come out with more custom characters. So yeah, this is just great. Again, I'm a big fan of these. They offer new replayability to the game and allows you to fully customize your characters to the way you want them to look. So if you have a D&D character that you want to recreate, now you can probably with this mod. So that's awesome. This just gives you, again, you can color them. Like if you want Zelda have green wings, now you can do that. Another great mod by Nikjima. Now, some quality of life ones. We got ourselves jump without a bonus action. So if you wanted to just, some classes get the ability to jump multiple times, like the monk. This makes it so that everyone can jump and it doesn't cost you your bonus action. This does break balancing a little bit, but hey, it's not too broken. It just opens things up. If this is the only mod that you're using for difficulty changes, yay, you're still in good company. So now we also got ourselves the more roleplay wizard items, or more wizard roleplay items mod, Zengjan. So this just gives items to make the wizard more viable in Act 1, because typically in Act 1, the sorcerer just stomps in terms of its strength, but this one gives it so you can get additional level 1 spells. Grants the calm status, you get the mark of the absolute, or this one requires the mark of the absolute. Gives you disadvantage on strength checks. Guiding Light gives you additional level 1 spells. Wizard Apprentice Robe will give you the Mage Armor spell, and also the Old Tablecloth will give you Fox's Cunning and Intelligence +2. So just some minor changes to make the wizard a bit more balanced. They're more powerful in the early game. I think that's a nice mod. This is also a great one. Recast spells use bonus actions. So with this mod, any of the spells that you're able to recast won't take up your full action anymore. So things like Witch Bolt become actually good now because it's, I mean, it doesn't get the upcasted scaling once you recast it, but allows you to do that as a bonus action, making that much more viable. Later on, it just sucks. No other way to put it. Vampiric Touch will now use the bonus action Telekinesis, Eye Bite, Call Lightning, Moonbeam, Sunbeam, and Cloud Kill. This makes Cloud Kill, Sunbeam, Moonbeam to a lesser degree, and Call Lightning, these 3 spells, absolutely crazy. Eye Bite's also pretty powerful, so yeah, this one's, it's nice. Good quality of life, I guess, if you want something a little bit different. This mod was made by SCAP here. Now we also got ourselves the Camp Outfits of Skill Up. This mod was made by Bellin from Nexus Mods. Basically what this does is it adds in some different camp outfits that will give you additional stats. So boost the skills, increase all skills by 50, and grants proficiency and expertise bonus. There's different versions that'll increase all skills by 25, 15, 5, or 1, and then remove all the boosts. And then specific skills, you can increase all your specific skills by 1 or 5, and gain proficiency in all different skill types and expertise in all different skill types. So a lot going on with this mod, but perfect for role playing. Let's say you're playing a character that wants persuasion proficiency. You can now get that with this one. Next, we got ourselves Such a Tease. If you like Booba, this one's for you. This gives you, this is another mod by Nick Jima. As I said, they love the Raphael, Devil, Tiefling, all that. Just unbuttons his shirt a little bit, giving him that, showing you off the taco meat, a little chest hair action there. I'm sure this is a mod that some people definitely wanted to see. I actually have people in my Discord server talking about how they're excited to see this mod, so there's probably a lot of people that are excited for this one. I think Raphael's awesome, so hey, more mods for him. I'm still much more a fan of a Devil You May Gnome mod, but yeah, they've made a lot of different mods. This is my personal favorite of theirs. If you haven't downloaded it, swear to the download. It's pretty funny. And we also got ourselves Permanent Leviator's Love. So this basically gives you, so that normally whenever you die, this removes the Leviator's Love. This makes it so it lasts forever. It's not a big buff. It's just +2 to attack rolls when you're below 30% health. You could probably go without it, but it's a mod that's there for somebody. And we also got ourselves the enemy boost health 100%. So in Tactician, enemies get 30% more health. Now with this mod in Tactician, they get 100% more health. I think that's pretty fun, fair, nice, lightweight mod. Doesn't change too much. You don't have to think too much about it. Tactician Enhanced, you have to change a bunch of things. This you just plug and play. Pretty nice. And finally, last mod of the day, we got ourselves the John Zeke's Eldritch Fire dice set. So it offers a bunch of new dice. Some of them are nice, like Astral Sea, Fairy Fire. They're pretty flashy, fancy. This mod made by John Zeke's there. That's cool. But I do want to talk briefly about the custom campaign mods. Just ignore all my summons in here. And hey, Apostle Mercule. So with that custom campaign mod, the custom campaign light, this gives us a staff that allows us to bring in, so this is the Mordenkainen's compact companion creator. So whenever you use this, it creates a spell, you pop this down, boom, you got yourself a custom character there. So ready to create a custom character, then you can go ahead with modifying how they look. So really nice, because I know a lot of people wanted to be able to customize and add in more companions. This allows you to actually set where they hang out in camp. So if you're going to go ahead and just edit them here, give them the appearance that you want them to have, we'll just keep her pretty simple like that. And there we go. We got our Tav companion. You can just ignore this. And venture forth. They now will be able to, they're going to be a companion in your camp. So here they are. You can set where they hang out in your camp. And yeah, they are now a companion on your squad. So you can fill up your whole team with this. I have a mod that increases the party size, so you can keep creating more characters. If you want to play with all your friends, you can use the increased party size mod and create copies of your friends and play with all of them. So this is perfect for, again, role playing, and it's just in general a fun class mod. Now I will show off just one of them. I don't want to make this video too long, as it's starting to get a little bit long, but the classes combined mod, this one is really cool. So what happens with this mod is you got basically every single class combined into one. People have been asking for this mod, and it's here now. So you get the Fractal, Intelligence, Charisma, or Wisdom, and yeah, also the class of Briar and Thorns. So this one, I guess I'll just go with the Charisma based one. You got your option, the cantrips here, gives you every cantrip selection in the game. Then for spells, you got every spell in the game. So this is the wizard spell list. And then you got like the warlock spell list. You get the natural explorer from the ranger. You get the favorite enemy from the ranger. You get the fighting style from a variety of them. You get to choose what type of oath you want for your paladin. You get to choose your deity. And you also obviously get your skill selection. But what this ends up looking like is you also get the Flurry of Blows, Rage, the Blessing of the Trickster, the cantrips, late cantrip there, action, Sneak Attack, Fey Presence, Second Wind, Sneak Attack. Then you get the Arcane Recovery, Divine Sense, Healing Radiance, Holy Rebuke, Inquisitor's Might, Lay Hands, Spiteful Suffering, all the Paladin spells. You get the Wrath of the Storm from the Tempest Cleric, Wild Magic surges through your body. You get the War Priest charges, Warding Flare from Light Cleric, the Monk and the Barbarian Resilience depending on how you build it out, Tides of the Chaos from the Wild Magic Sorcerer, Tempest Magic from the Storm Sorcerer, Death Strikes from the Monk, more Monk, Domain Spells, Disciple of Life from the Life Cleric, Mortal Reminder from the Goo Warlock, great old one, Acolyte of Nature, this is the Nature Cleric, Dark One's Blessing from the Fiend Warlock, and yeah, this uses the Fighter for its class, and you also get the Warlock spell slot. So yeah, there's a lot, and you also get to pick 4 different skill proficiencies, so you can really boost up your character to the way you want them to play. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with this mod. It's pretty in-depth, but you can see it all there, so might be worth experimenting with. I know some people really enjoy the OP mods. My personal favorite mod is all these new summons. I think this is hilarious. So you can literally summon in pretty much any character that you think of. Even the most random of characters you can summon in. So Orpheus, Vlakith, Psaris. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm going to be having a lot of fun with this mod, and I'm sure a lot of people will too. There's the little Githyanki egg boy. The little monster selection is pretty cool. So yeah, you got like the Bulette, Minotaur. I just want to cover quickly some more of these because there's so much. The Death Shepherd is awesome. You got Gas, Flying Ghouls. I'll summon that guy in there. Yeah, Rangers Companions, Planar Allies plus bonuses, Shadow Guardian of Faith, Grease Mephits, Elementals, Genies, the regular ones. I love the monster, but the ally covers a lot of stuff too. Like you can summon in the Emperor here if you want to fight alongside the Emperor, and he also has his attacks here: Sleep, Mind Flare, Destruction, Extract Brain, Mind Blast, and all the abilities that he gets whenever you use him in the combat. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this mod. You can even summon in Alfira. I know a lot of people want her as a companion. You can now summon her in, her measly 26 health, but you can perform for those. So if you're the Dark Urge and you're feeling bad about your choices, you can also save her. Anti-Ethel, Raphael, Mizora, Arbiter, Cirrus. So yeah, some of the lesser talked about characters, you can literally summon them all in. And they also have a bunch of different actions. This one does not, it just does a punch, 5 damage. But yeah, you get the gist of it. There's a lot of great things with this console mod drop. The gang's all here. Create your custom companions. Create a class that has everything going on. There's a lot to love in this mod drop. Let me know your favorite in the comments. Also, hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. I hope you all have an amazing day, and we'll see you all in the next video.